Sorry.
And you probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Logan.
My name is Katie, and we just wanted to come on here and introduce ourselves and kind of tell you what we want to do with this channel.
Sorry.
And you probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I am a full-time teacher, history teacher at a local school. I'm also a full-time worship pastor, and
I'm a full-time nanny, and then also help lead worship with you on Sundays.
oh, I don't know why I cut you off. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm very rude. Some things we got coming up. We want to do some vlogs like you just saw with our tour video. If you watched our last video, we want to do some kind of long-form discussions about just different topics in life and things we're going through as a newlywed couple, and just a Christian perspective on what's going on in the world right now. And then we're going to be doing some covers of just different worship songs and stuff like that. Putting them out to you guys. So please subscribe, like the channel for more. Today we thought we'd come to you guys with a little story about how we met. So this is an interesting story. We got married in March. We didn't meet. We met last May.
Yeah.
So we dated for 3 months, 4 months?
3 months.
3 months.
4 months.
Then we got engaged, and then we got married within 5 months. So it all happened within under a year.
Yeah.
When you know, you know. I joined a college Bible study group here locally in Seymour, Indiana. My church is a little bit farther south from here, but we didn't have anything going on with like people my age. I joined a group just to try to get out of the house some, because at the time I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of coming home from work and going right to bed, and so I figured this would be a productive thing for me to do. Met some really cool people there who are now lifelong friends, and one of those friends happened to be Katie's best friend. After getting to know Kia a little bit, I saw on Kia's Instagram that Kia had this best friend who was fine. I asked Kia, I was like, hey, what's this girl? What's she all about? Why has she not come to our college youth group? Turns out you were in Africa, just chilling.
I was in Africa doing a 3-month internship with Impact Africa. We were just in the schools and out in the communities, kind of just sharing the gospel and loving on people.
And I was sitting at home. Through Kia, I kind of like started telling Kia like, hey, if you ever get a chance, put in a good word for me. But at the time, she was in Africa. It wasn't going to be a possibility. It was just like a thing. I just joked about it at the time. You moved home.
I got back from Africa in December.
I messaged her for the first time around Christmas. On Christmas.
Yep.
Told her Merry Christmas.
I sent it back.
Yeah, and then I didn't hear from you forever. And throughout the next couple months, I would send you messages and be like, "Hey, really love to meet sometime." And I would tell Kia like, "Hey, I'm gonna marry this girl, so you might as well go ahead and set us up," which is true. I really was telling her that. Bold statement, spoken into existence. First time we met was I was out to eat at Chili's, and with a friend from that same youth group. And Kia and Katie walked in.
I just went on a run.
Yes.
My hair looked awful. I was already running late. And I was like, great, that's his first impression of me.
I said, I already knew that at that point we were getting married. So, the first time we met, I shook your hand.
And that was it.
And that was it.
You probably messaged me and I didn't respond.
I did, in fact. Memorial Day weekend comes, and a couple of us, my friends, were hanging out for the college-age Bible study group were hanging out. And Kia was one of those friends, and so I text Katie and said, I messaged you on Instagram.
I finally responded.
You finally responded.
I'm sorry, I'm being rude. I don't know.
I'm just not interested is basically what it said. And I was like, cool, well, come hang out this weekend. Kia's coming, so you can just tag along as friends. We hung out on like a Sunday night, and it was cool. You had already told me you were not interested. You just wanted to be strictly friends, so I was definitely...
You did not act interested at all.
And I was just trying not to be a man. So I just was just very casual, very stupid. And I think that's why it worked out. And I think that's why I've liked you so much, because I was totally real the first time we met. Super annoying and jokes that you shouldn't make on if it was a first date. I shouldn't have made those jokes. So I think that's why we clicked so well because I wasn't expecting you to like me because you'd already told me you didn't like me through Instagram, and so there was just no pressure. And so I left thing. We hung out that night. It was fun, I thought, but I wasn't expecting anything from it. But then
added him on the good old Snapchat.
She added me on the
Push
Snapchat.
my way in.
And I knew right then. No. So then we started talking.
Well, you kind of just said like, "Okay, Katie, like, what are you doing here?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
what do you want here?" Because then I kind of like came around like.
And you said, "Wow, you were the greatest thing I've ever seen."
No. After we hung out, I was like, he's pretty cute and he's funny. I think I might like him.
I can kick it. You can keep it on more. At the time, you lived in Cincinnati, and I was here in Seymour. And so we only could hang out if we drove. You were home for that Memorial Day weekend because your family lives here. We started texting, we started talking on the phone and stuff like that. Eventually, you either came down or I went over, and we started having to just drive and see each other probably once a week for the next month or 2 months. We went to Kings Island. Our friend Josh is working the Bethel We Are Messenger show, so we went. And then July came around, and I asked you to be my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I'd already kind of been under the assumption that you were my girlfriend, and I was
confused.
Yeah, and that was my fault. I kind of already told you at that point that I wasn't wanting to date anyone, that I wasn't going to marry it. So
and that's
by the
where
time
I was too.
Yeah. So by the time I asked you to be my girlfriend, I was kind of already like, you're the one.
I knew too.
I had already told you that I loved you at that point. No. Eventually, I do tell you. Yeah. We got there a couple weeks ago. I think the best way to describe a relationship is just it's very easy, except for 30 minutes ago when we were fighting about a YouTube video. Other than that, it's super good. By October,
we had a couple conversations like.
Yeah, we had talked about
timeline wise, like
we talked about how we both didn't want to be in a long. We didn't want to have a long relationship. If we knew, we knew, and if not, let's get out before we waste any time. Kind of knew that we didn't want a long engagement. So in October came around, asked you to marry me on October 21st at our church.
I was completely in shock.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Did it at our church where we lead worship right now. Which would be normally I feel like really weird, but I feel like our church is very family like, and I felt like it was special, and I think it also you didn't see it coming, so that was the goal.
I had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, and so we got engaged in October. Set the date for March 21st, and
it was actually the venue I wanted. The only dates were either in March or like all the way in November of this year.
But we had already kind of decided, we had already decided we didn't want to be engaged for like a really long time because we just kind of felt like that was stupid to, if you knew, what was the point of waiting, kind of thing. The thing I liked about you from the start, after we kind of started talking, I mean, obviously I thought you were super fine. And that's why I had already told Kia months before that I was going to marry you, but I didn't really know anything about you, just like what I could see through social media, but you seemed really genuine, and then as I got to meet you and found out how genuine it really was, I think that was really special to me. I think one of the first few times we hung out, you had set aside specific time to be actually reading your Bible, and that was just something that just felt very real, and where everything right now in the world seems really fake. And then I think that as we continue to get to know each other, I had just never been cared for like I feel like you care for me, and so and you care about me, and you care about other people, but me now more than them, and they don't count.
No.
But yeah, so I think that we just kind of continue to grow really as friends, even though I think that it was way more than by the time you had said you liked me, we were already more than friends. But I think that we have such a strong friendship even right now. Yeah. More than ever. Yeah. I mean, I think that we've been best friends since basically that point, and so it's been cool.
Yeah. I think I just knew. I had waited for so long and felt like I did. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I think the first time we hung out, it was just like, oh, I just like had a feeling like I think this could be something, and then from there
it was something.
And we talked more, and I just love your heart in general and your heart for people, and although you have your joke cracking side.
I am extremely
have-
funny, as you will find
You
out.
have a awesome heart, and I mean, the biggest thing was your heart for the Lord, and it was genuine, and you were not fake, and I really appreciated that, and your musical abilities and your talents. I didn't love you for those, but I had secretly, no one had really known. I had been really praying for that in my husband, someone that was musically talented, I guess. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but
That is a good way to put it. And a lot of people think that we met or like that we bonded really quick over music or something like that. But I didn't know you could sing until probably. I didn't know you could really sing until a few weeks before my trip to Nebraska, which was in August or July. I think maybe I heard you in like the car sing, and maybe a little bit before I asked you to be my girlfriend, but I had no idea you could sing.
Yeah.
And so that was just a complete gift from God. Especially like last week, we got to play our first show together. That was something I never thought was possible to be able to do
and
with
that
my
was
wife.
something I had been praying for years. Like,
Right.
if this is your will, like, this is really, like, God just really knows the desires of your heart, and
Facts.
it wasn't just like, this is what I want. I constantly prayed, like, if this is your will, like,
Your will,
these are the desires of my heart, but like, I want your will more
Right.
than anything. So
Yeah, and it was better than I feel like we could have ever put together. So ourselves.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That makes sense. So thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about us, a little bit about how we met. We're excited to get more videos out to you guys. Go ahead and like and subscribe to this page, and we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you.
see ya. No, we gotta do that again. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.